From the quiet streets dusted with winter frost to the warm glow of homes adorned with lights, Christmas has become a season that touches millions across the world. Yet, behind the songs, decorations, and festive cheer lies a story of profound meaning that transcends gifts and gatherings. At its heart, Christmas is a celebration of hope, renewal, and the enduring human desire to connect with something greater than ourselves. While most people recognize it as a holiday marked on December 25th, its origins are deeply intertwined with history, religion, and culture, blending centuries of traditions that span continents and generations. Understanding why Christmas is celebrated allows us to see it not merely as a day on the calendar, but as a reflection of humanity's search for light in the darkest of seasons. The origins of Christmas are closely tied to the birth of Jesus of Nazareth, an event that forms the foundation of Christian belief. According to historical records and biblical accounts, Jesus was born in Bethlehem during the Roman occupation of Judea. The precise date of his birth is not documented in the scriptures, yet early Christian leaders chose December 25th as the day to commemorate this moment. Some historians suggest that this date coincided with pre-existing Roman festivals such as Saturnalia, a week-long celebration honoring the god Saturn, marked by feasting, gift-giving, and communal joy. By selecting this date, early Christians aimed to overlay a message of spiritual hope on a period already associated with light, renewal, and the turning of the seasons. This alignment demonstrates how traditions often evolve through the blending of cultural and spiritual narratives, giving Christmas a layered and universal significance. The name Christmas itself derives from the phrase Christ's Mass, referring to the religious service that commemorates the birth of Jesus. For centuries, attending this Mass was central to Christian observance, offering communities a chance to gather, reflect, and celebrate together. Beyond its liturgical significance, the celebration of Christmas quickly became intertwined with local customs, symbols, and rituals. In medieval Europe, for instance, Christmas was a time for feasting, music, and theatrical plays that depicted biblical stories. People would decorate their homes with greenery such as holly and ivy, which symbolized eternal life and hope amidst the cold of winter. These practices illustrate how Christmas, while rooted in religious meaning, also became a vessel for human expression, creativity, and community bonding, making it accessible to both the devout and the secular alike. One of the most enduring symbols of Christmas is the Christmas tree, a tradition that traces back to 16th century Germany. Early records show that devout Christians brought evergreen trees into their homes, decorating them with candles to represent the light of Christ entering a dark world. The evergreen itself symbolizes resilience, life, and hope, remaining vibrant even in the coldest months. Over time, the practice of decorating trees spread across Europe and eventually to other continents, evolving into a global tradition. Modern decorations, ornaments, and lights carry forward this symbolic language, reminding people that Christmas is not solely about external festivities but about the inner light that sustains communities and individuals through challenging times. Gift-giving is another aspect of Christmas with both historical and spiritual significance. The practice is often associated with the story of the Magi, the wise men who traveled to honor the newborn Jesus, bringing gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. These offerings were not merely material. They symbolized recognition, reverence, and the acknowledgement of something greater than the self. In medieval and early modern Europe, gift-giving became a social ritual, reinforcing bonds within families, communities, and even between rulers and their subjects. Today, while the practice is commercialized in many regions, its underlying message remains. Generosity, thoughtfulness, and the celebration of relationships are at the heart of Christmas, reflecting values that extend far beyond material exchange. The cultural evolution of Christmas has also embraced music, a powerful tool for collective memory and emotional resonance. From ancient carols sung in small villages to globally broadcast songs that inspire joy and reflection, music has played a central role in shaping the emotional landscape of the holiday. Early Christmas carols were often religious, recounting the story of Jesus' birth, but over time, secular songs emerged, emphasizing themes of peace, love, and goodwill. The melodies, lyrics, and harmonies invite listeners to participate in shared cultural experiences, reinforcing the communal aspect of the holiday. Music demonstrates how Christmas blends spiritual reflection with human creativity, making the celebration emotionally rich and universally resonant. Another critical component of Christmas is the spirit of giving beyond material gifts. Acts of charity, kindness, and service reflect the core principles associated with the holiday. Throughout history, charitable initiatives during Christmas have addressed poverty, hunger, and social isolation, embodying the teachings of compassion and generosity. In many cultures, communities organize food drives, volunteer services, and support for those in need, emphasizing that the true essence of Christmas lies in human connection and empathy. These practices reinforce the broader message of hope and renewal, highlighting the capacity of individuals to make meaningful contributions to the lives of others during a season that encourages reflection and care. The celebration of Christmas has also adapted to different cultural and geographical contexts, illustrating its universal appeal. In Scandinavian countries, for instance, traditions emphasize light during the darkest months, incorporating candles, lanterns, and communal gatherings. In Latin America, nativity scenes, known as nacimientos, are central to festive observances, combining artistry, storytelling, and religious devotion. Across Asia, communities incorporate local customs, foods, and decorations while maintaining the symbolic meaning of hope, generosity, and familial bonds. This adaptability showcases the holiday's unique capacity to resonate with diverse populations while retaining its core significance, demonstrating that Christmas is not bound by time or place but by shared human values. At the heart of all these traditions lies a powerful psychological and emotional dimension. Christmas marks a pause in the rhythm of daily life, inviting reflection, gratitude, and connection. It aligns with the human need for ritual, storytelling, and shared experience, providing comfort and stability amidst the uncertainties of life. The combination of light, music, gifts, communal gatherings, and spiritual reflection creates an environment where individuals feel both grounded and uplifted. This synthesis of sensory, social, and spiritual experiences explains why Christmas continues to be one of the most emotionally resonant holidays worldwide, capable of inspiring joy, hope, and a sense of belonging across generations. Over the centuries, Christmas has also become a lens through which societies examine values, ethics, and collective aspirations. From discussions of charity and justice to reflections on peace and reconciliation, the holiday encourages contemplation on both personal and societal levels. It provides a structured opportunity to assess priorities, reinforce social bonds, and foster understanding across cultural and generational lines. Even as commercial practices evolve and secular celebrations expand, the underlying purpose of Christmas, to illuminate hope, inspire compassion, and celebrate shared humanity, remains intact. This enduring relevance demonstrates the depth of its meaning and the power of tradition to influence not only celebrations but also moral and cultural consciousness. The figure of Santa Claus, known by many names across cultures, is one of the most recognizable symbols associated with Christmas. His origin is rooted in the historical figure of Saint Nicholas, a 4th century bishop from Myra, in modern-day Turkey. Saint Nicholas was renowned for his generosity, particularly toward children and the poor, often giving gifts in secret to protect the dignity of those in need. Over centuries, his story merged with local folklore, myth, and artistic representation, eventually evolving into the modern Santa Claus known globally today. The transformation included influences from Dutch settlers, who brought the figure of Sinterklaas to the Americas, and 19th and 20th century literature and illustrations that shape his jolly, red-coated image. While commercial depictions emphasize the cheerful, rotund figure delivering gifts, the core lesson remains clear. Generosity, care, and the joy of giving are central to the spirit of Christmas. Gift giving, inspired both by Saint Nicholas and the Magi of biblical tradition, continues to embody profound symbolic meaning. The act of giving is not limited to material goods. It represents thoughtfulness, gratitude, and the strengthening of social bonds. In historical Europe, gifting during Christmas reinforced community cohesion, ensuring that individuals, families, and neighbors felt a sense of inclusion and mutual support. In contemporary times, even amidst commercialization, the principle persists. The essence of Christmas giving is relational, emphasizing kindness, empathy, and awareness of others. Understanding this connection between historical practice and modern behavior allows viewers to appreciate Christmas not as mere festivity, but as a consciously cultivated cultural and emotional experience that fosters unity. Regional variations in Christmas traditions reflect the adaptability and universality of its meaning. In Mexico and other Latin American countries, festivities such as Las Posadas reenact the journey of Mary and Joseph seeking shelter, combining religious narrative with communal celebration. Families gather, sing, and engage in symbolic acts that reinforce faith, family cohesion, and cultural continuity. In Scandinavian nations, Christmas celebrations focus on the winter solstice, the return of light, and the preservation of warmth and community during long, dark months. Candles, lanterns, and special foods serve as both symbolic and practical elements of these traditions. Across the globe, these diverse customs converge on a central theme. Christmas embodies hope, light, generosity, and connection, adapted to local culture, climate, and history while maintaining its universal message. The psychological impact of Christmas is profound, often reinforcing human needs for ritual, continuity, and social connection. Studies of seasonal celebrations reveal that structured, meaningful rituals help individuals navigate periods of stress, uncertainty, and social transition. The combination of shared meals, gatherings, music, and symbolic acts creates emotional resonance, enhancing a sense of belonging and personal well-being. Historically, this resonance contributed to community stability, social cohesion, and intergenerational learning, embedding Christmas as a meaningful temporal marker in cultural memory. The holiday's ability to create these effects demonstrates why, even in modern secular societies, Christmas remains psychologically powerful and culturally significant. Music, as a component of Christmas, strengthens both emotional engagement and social connection. Carols and hymns, originally performed in churches and villages to narrate the birth of Jesus, have evolved into a wide spectrum of musical expressions, including secular songs celebrating family, joy, and winter imagery. These musical traditions offer continuity, linking past generations to the present while creating shared experiences that transcend age, geography, and religious affiliation. The emotional resonance of music during Christmas highlights its ability to unite listeners, evoke reflection, and inspire positive feelings, reinforcing the holiday's enduring appeal and the psychological power of communal celebration. Another significant element is the role of feasting and communal meals. From medieval European banquets to contemporary family dinners, sharing food during Christmas has symbolized hospitality, abundance, and gratitude. Historically, these gatherings allowed communities to reinforce bonds, exchange news, and provide support to those in need, especially in times when food scarcity was a common challenge. The act of breaking bread together became both a literal and metaphorical practice of solidarity, ensuring that even the most vulnerable felt included and valued. Today, family meals continue to embody these principles, emphasizing connection, reflection, and the sharing of blessings, regardless of cultural or religious background. The evolution of Christmas decorations, including lights, wreaths, and nativity scenes, also carries deep symbolic meaning. Evergreen wreaths, for example, represent life, endurance, and hope during the darkest months of winter, while lights symbolize guidance, enlightenment, and the triumph of hope over darkness. Nativity scenes provide visual storytelling, reinforcing the historical and spiritual narratives of Jesus' birth while fostering reflection on themes of humility, compassion, and divine providence. These visual elements create an immersive environment that allows both children and adults to engage with the holiday's deeper significance, transforming homes and public spaces into reflective and celebratory arenas. Charitable giving remains a cornerstone of the holiday's meaning. Throughout history, communities and religious institutions emphasized assistance to the poor, orphans, and those facing hardship, reinforcing the ethical and moral dimensions of Christmas. The act of giving extends beyond material support, encompassing volunteerism, emotional care, and social advocacy. These practices have maintained continuity across centuries, demonstrating that the essence of Christmas transcends commerce, emphasizing the human capacity for empathy, generosity, and moral action. By understanding these roots, viewers can appreciate the holiday as a deliberate cultivation of values, rather than merely a time of festivity. Modern adaptations of Christmas, while influenced by commercialization, still echo historical principles. Retail, media, and entertainment industries have popularized symbols, narratives, and rituals, making them accessible to global audiences. Yet, even within commercial contexts, the psychological and emotional core persists. Light in darkness, hope in adversity, connection across distance, and the celebration of shared humanity. Families continue to pass down traditions, children learn through symbolic play and storytelling, and communities gather to reaffirm bonds, demonstrating that the holiday's cultural and emotional functions remain intact, even amidst evolving global contexts. At its core, Christmas is a celebration of meaning, the power of story, the resilience of human connection, and the capacity to find hope, joy, and purpose. Across history and geography, the holiday has combined religious devotion, social cohesion, and cultural adaptation into a festival that resonates deeply with individuals and communities alike. It is both a marker of time and a reflection of enduring human values, reminding us that even in challenging seasons, light, generosity, and connection are possible. This reflection allows viewers to see that Christmas is not merely a date on a calendar but a profound expression of shared humanity, purpose, and hope. As the lights dim and the celebrations come to a close, it becomes clear that Christmas is far more than decorations, gifts, or feasts. It is a celebration of hope, human connection, and the enduring power of shared traditions. From the quiet story of a child born in Bethlehem to centuries of evolving customs across the globe, Christmas reminds us that even in the darkest months, light, generosity, and compassion can prevail. Its meaning is both personal and universal, inviting reflection on our values, our relationships, and the ways we contribute to the lives of others. Throughout history, the holiday has inspired people to come together, to act with kindness, and to create moments of joy and understanding. Whether through music, storytelling, meals, or acts of charity, Christmas has shaped communities and influenced societies, teaching lessons that extend far beyond the holiday itself. The rituals, symbols, and celebrations all point to a simple yet profound truth. Our lives are enriched when we cultivate connection, empathy, and gratitude. As we carry the spirit of Christmas forward, it becomes a reminder that its meaning is alive in our actions, words, and relationships every day. It challenges us to look beyond the surface, to embrace hope where it may seem scarce, and to celebrate the enduring light within ourselves and our communities. And while the season may pass, the values it represents, compassion, reflection, generosity, and unity, remain timeless. By understanding and honoring these principles, we not only celebrate a holiday but also embrace a way of living that nurtures connection, spreads joy, and builds a better world for all. Christmas, in its deepest essence, is a story of humanity, a story of hope, light, and the power we each have to make life brighter for those around us.